Okay, so let's move on with this second video where we will be loading a file and plotting first data. So again, I just started the module Muffian, sorry. And first things I will do is just loading one file. At this point, just let's load one single file. So let's select, for instance, one file here in this folder, miscellaneous, and a subfolder called HowChain. So here I just have one single file which is called 0.05 manganese text. So you see here there is 3 columns in this file: time, temperature, and dilations. That's very easy. We can press OK, and then again this little thing. So I put in full screen, so it fixes this problem of display, and it says here that we are ready to do certain things. So you see here it displays a PlotXY on the first graph, and the X is time and the Y is temperature. You can see, for instance, quickly have a look at the variation of temperature with dilation on the plot number 2. So you would select PlotXY here and the appropriate X and Y value. You have here a display of the dilation curve. Let's say, for instance, that we wish to zoom on the area in which transformation is occurring, those variations here on the curve. We could zoom with the zoom button like I just did here by just drawing a rectangle here. We could actually push the button blow here to actually blow the curve and have a look to it more accurately. One thing that we could also do, for instance, is say we want to look at the peak temperature on this curve here. So what is this intersection here at the time and temperature? So we could get value, clicking on get value, and then having a look on the X value and the Y value here. So 998. So if we want to click another one and have a point here, for instance, we would have the X and Y value. So if we want to unzoom this graph here, it's simply clicking on unzoom. This would be also true for this right one here. So you see basic idea on plotting a curve with this graph, with this graphing software. It's really selecting a X and Y, very classical, and which of the graphing area we wish to use. Now, one thing that could be interesting is playing around, starting to play around with these cursors here. So let's say if I move here, right now I plot from line 1 to 7053, so total number of lines is this. So let's say we want to plot only the eating part. So for instance, we want to mask all the data which are in this area here. So simply move this cursor here and you will see that this is masking all the curve that you want. And the zoom is automatically adjusted here. So you could also use this. So you see minus 100 plus 100. This would actually do the same thing as moving the cursor by increment of 100 or 10 and so on. This is valid for the bottom one. So the bottom one, as you see, control the right, like the minimum, the last line which is plotted from the file. So, and the top line concern the value, the first line which is plotted on the file. So by playing with those cursors, you should be able to zoom in every area of your data fairly quickly. As you see here, by simply hiding the eating part, I have a much better view on the actual data. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this second videos on plotting XY and having a look at data very quickly.